Hi guys, my husband just took my daughter out on a run, so I'm going to try to take advantage of this time and film my cloth nappy collection. I'm not going to show you every single diaper that I have, I'm just going to show you one of each type. When I say not every exact one, I mean some people actually show all the different colors and patterns that they have, and I don't really have like patterns and stuff like that, so I'll just tell you how many I have of each one. I actually have a rather small collection. I have wanted to buy more diapers, but I always hold back because for me, one of the big reasons that I cloth diaper, minus the fact to stay away from the chemicals that are in disposable nappies, but the other big major reason is that it is more environmentally friendly, and obviously it saves on the wallet as well, which is nice. So buying a lot of them would kind of defeat the purpose, right? But anyway, I'm going to show you what I have. Get into it, so I'm not going to keep this going on too long. So the bulk of my cloth nappy stash is made up by these cloth nappies from the company. This is from Close Parent, and these are their pop-in nappies. They have, since I've bought these, they have updated the nappies, so sometimes you'll see them listed as the new version or new generation. Sometimes you'll see them as V2, or maybe they're even up to V3 now, I'm not sure, but these were the originals. Anyway, I'll tell you what it is like. So this is a, I'm not sure if it's considered an all-in-one, an all-in-two. I don't really know about all of the exact cloth nappy terminology, but basically it's just a diaper cover, but it's not like using pre-folds with a diaper cover. Like, this is designed to go with these specific inserts, and it's not just plastic on the inside. This is all lined in cloth, which is nice, so that is what would be against the baby. Of course there is plastic in there somewhere, and it is waterproof though, just to clarify. So basically it's comprised of their main soaker, and then there is an extra booster that you can choose to snap in as well. At this point, whenever Riley wears these, I always use both. When she was a newborn, I would sometimes use just the soaker, and then I would use the booster if she was wearing it in her sleep. So that being said, one of the main advantages of this nappy is that it is a one-size-fits-all, which all of the nappies that I own are designed to be one-size-fits-all. And this one actually fit from birth. Now, that being said, I did use specific sized nappies when she was born. Not specific size, but I had newborn nappies. So those were the ones from Tot Spots. They're already packed away, so I'm not going to get them down to show. But I had, I think, about 6 or 7 of those ones, and I supplemented that with disposables, because when she was a newborn, I did use disposables part-time, just to make my life a little bit easier. And then I also was using pre-folds with diaper covers, and that was actually the main way I diapered for probably about the first, I'm going off of memory, 5 or 6 months of her life. And then I kind of switched over to using these, I don't know, they're like all-in-ones, all-in-twos, whatever they're called. I switched to these kinds of nappies because these are more like a traditional nappy. They're a little bit easier to use. I really liked using pre-folds and covers when she was younger. The pre-folds and covers seem to really contain all of her poop and pee really well, and she was going through so many nappies as a newborn that diaper laundry and drying them was so much easier and quicker on both ends. Like, washing them and drying them was a lot easier doing the pre-fold and diaper cover system. If I had to like wash a load of these every day, it just would have been like chaos. So anyway, I'm not showing my pre-folds and covers because those are also packed away pretty much. But I will mention real quick, the my favorite pre-fold covers were by this company, Bambino Mio. The only thing I have to say about that is they've also changed their system since I got them. So when I got the pre-folds and the covers, they were doing sized covers, and from a newborn, you know, the size cover that was meant to fit that size fit her really, really well for the first few months of her life. Now they just do a one size fits all cover, and that did not fit her for a long time. So she was probably about 4 or 5 months before they even started fitting her. I'd say about 4 months. 5 months would be an exaggeration, I think. I'm going totally off of memory again though. So I wouldn't recommend those as a from birth option, but if you can get your hands on the sized versions, those worked really well. That being said, I don't really have much other information or input on other brands out there for diaper covers, because the other brands of diaper covers that I owned, I did not like. I actually just completely stopped using all the other brands of diaper covers that I owned, and I replaced them all with the Bambino Mio ones. Back to the actual cloth nappies that I am using. So the close parents are really great because they actually do fit from birth, going back to that problem. Like I said though, I did have actual newborn nappies, but those lasted about the first month, so technically she wasn't in these until about the first month, but they did fit her from newborn. And she was born at 8 pounds, but she dropped weight, so she was about 7 pounds, and it took her over a month. I think it took her about 6 weeks to regain her birth weight. So she was a small baby for a long time. She still is a small baby. At 11 months, she is 17 pounds. So pros of this nappy is it fits from small size. I'll show you actually with the poppers. You can make this quite small, and because it is Velcro, you can nip it in around the waist quite tight. So this would be the size of it if you're putting it like on a really tiny baby, and then this is the same nappy, full sized, same nappy. So there's a big difference, which is really good. The only complaint I have about this nappy is it doesn't have a very high rise, but I think that's what made it fit her really well from newborn. So what I mean by that is basically she gets plumber's crack if I'm not careful when I'm putting it on her. So when I put it on her, I really have to like shift it and adjust it, which can be a pain. It takes a while. But once it's on, she does not leak. Her poops do not ever come out. She doesn't have poo explosions. She doesn't, you know, she doesn't wee. Like when she's in these, like everything stays inside. They're really good nappies in that front. The only thing is I have to be careful with the fit. I have these in both the bamboo inserts as well as the microfiber inserts. Bamboo is meant to be more absorbent and obviously a little bit more environmentally friendly, whereas the microfiber feels drier against baby skin. So when I'm actually thinking about it and paying attention to it, if we're going out somewhere with her, I try to put her in the microfiber ones because then she'll feel more comfortable and she'll be less likely to get whiny if she wets herself for poops. Well, she always complains if she poops, and I don't blame her. I wouldn't want to sit in my poop either. But otherwise, I like to put these on her because obviously they're more absorbent. So I think that's everything I wanted to say about these. Now, I have 10 of these, and like I said, this makes up the bulk of my collection. I have one of these. This is also by Close Parent, so it looks very similar, but it's a slightly different line they make. This is the their Dream Dry Nappy. So same company, different nappy, but it works exactly the same way. They secure by poppers, and it has a soaker and a booster that all snaps in. Now, if I could go back in time, I would have bought all of these and none of these. These have been great, but like I said, sometimes I have a problem with the rise, and actually I didn't mention it. The way the poppers go in, like this gets quite bunchy because it's made to kind of fit from like when it's like tighter and when it's looser, so it's like elasticated at the top, which is good, but because Riley's very small, it doesn't get stretched all the way, so she gets a lot of bunching up against her back. And I have to like manually kind of like smooth that out whenever I put the nappy on, which can be a pain. For some reason, this one just sits, the Dream Dry Nappy sits so much smoother against her back. I don't have to go through the trouble of like manually making sure there's no lumps or anything pressing against her back. Also, this nappy has a much better quality Velcro for some reason. So the Velcro on this nappy, it lays much flatter, and Riley has a much harder time undoing the Velcro on her own. She knows how to take her nappy off real quick. The only solution I have to the Velcro nappy problem with babies taking them off is to put their pants on before they can take them off. You know, I don't want to have to like replace all of her nappies with snap ones. I do have some snap ones, but I don't want to have to replace them all just because of that one problem. These work really well. Like I said, I don't want to have to like keep continually buying new nappies every time I run into a problem. Like, I can make what I have work, and it works well. So like I said, if I could go back in time, I would buy all of these. So I don't necessarily, I don't not recommend these because these have worked great. And like I said, she never leaks or anything in these, but these are better, and they're like the exact same design. They still fit her legs really good. This still would have fit her from birth. You know, it's everything that this is, but just a little bit better. It also just is like more, I don't know, like malleable, like soft. Whereas this one just like, you can see like it's kind of a little bit stiffer. So like this one just lays better on her. Yeah, so I definitely recommend the Close Parent Dream Dry line. The only thing is like I said, they've updated this nappy. So this nappy might be a lot better. It could be a lot worse. Sometimes updates aren't as good as the originals. So I don't know. I can only comment on this. But if you happen to come across these, they are good nappies. If you come across these are better. Get these. Actually, like if I could go back in time, I probably would do like, not all of her nappies, because I have a different, like her nighttime nappies are separate. I did a whole separate video on her nighttime nappies. I would keep those as her nighttime nappies, but I'd probably do like all of her daytime nappies as these if I could go back in time. Now, this is called, this is a charcoal bamboo nappy by the brand Canny Mum. It's Canny Mum. And this nappy was great for a really long time. It's also got a charcoal bamboo insert. And one of the reasons why I really, really, really love this nappy is that the bamboo charcoal is super, super duper absorbent. And it's so absorbent that you can get a really absorbent nappy in a really low profile. So this nappy is super thin compared to other nappies. Like, it's just so thin. Like, it's so thin. This would always be my diaper of choice. Like, when we were going out, I like to have her in these because they sat nicer underneath her clothes. Like, she didn't have that, like, huge, like, weird looking, like, huge bubble butt. And also when she was in dresses, I just thought that these looked a lot cuter because they're not as big. They're nice. They're more streamlined looking. It is still slightly bigger than a disposable nappy, but actually, when they're soaked, I would say this is probably about the same size as a disposable nappy, because a disposable nappy starts off very small, but obviously as it gets wet, it like puffs out because they use those like weird gels and stuff. So this is probably about the same size as a disposable nappy when they're wet, because this obviously does not expand when it gets wet. But from dry, it is obviously a bit bigger, but it's so streamlined and thin, which I love. I have a love-hate relationship with it though, because now it doesn't fit around Riley's legs. Riley has really skinny legs. She's always had really skinny legs. Now that she's like walking around and moving around a lot, she just always leaks when she's wearing these because I just can't get a good fit around her legs. It'll look like it's fitting okay, but the thing is she moves around so much that she's like constantly like stretching in different angles and whatnot. So she just always has a gap in these. It just doesn't like hold tight around her legs. So I don't really like to use these anymore. I do use them every now and again. Mostly if she's doing if she's doing diaper free time, she's not in a diaper. If she is in the house and I've got her like out of her clothes for whatever reason, like I don't want to put her pants back on or something, then I would like to put her in, I put her in one of these because it snaps and she can't undo the snaps. Like I'd mentioned earlier, she can undo the Velcro. So whenever she has Velcro on, I have to put her pants on. These work really well if I don't want to put her pants on. Now it's getting colder, so that's not really a problem, but in the summertime, sometimes like if it got like really hot out or something, I would just want her in a diaper. I would like use these. So, love hate. Doesn't really fit her. I would still recommend trying it because like I said, for the longest time it worked so good. I love that it's low profile, it's super absorbent, and it might fit your baby because every baby's different, so nappies fit every baby differently, right? Makes sense. And this was like a really well priced nappy on Amazon. I think it was somewhere around like the 10-pound mark, which is really good for cloth nappies. Now that being said, oh, and I have 6 of these, so we're up to 17 nappies total because I have 10 of the pop-ins, 1 of the Dream Dries, and 6 of these. That being said, as far as the cheap nappy goes, I have 1 of these, and this was one of the ones that I bought when I was pregnant. I bought most of these diapers when I was pregnant. I have no comment on the pattern. All I can say is that I was pregnant, and when you're pregnant, you do all sorts of crazy things. But it is cute. It's a little bit kawaii. But now that like I'm actually putting her in nappies, I realize like I like solids and basics because when you're wearing clothes, the solids and the basics work better with her outfits. But anyway, this is by the brand Little Bloom, and I've only recently just pulled this out because it got stuck in a drawer because A, it was a crazy print and I wasn't really reaching for it, but then B, it did not even come close to fitting her from newborn. Oh, I didn't mention that with this one either. This one did not fit from newborn either. She was probably somewhere around the 12-poundish mark when like all these other nappies started fitting her, but I'm kind of making that up. I don't remember exactly how big she was when she started fitting into these nappies, but I would say it was somewhere around the 12 to 13-pound mark that these other nappies that are supposedly one size fits all fit her. Now, a lot of babies make it to 12 pounds pretty quickly. Riley took a really long time to make it to 12 pounds, like a really long time. Like I said, it took her like 6 weeks just to get back to her 8 pounds, 8 ounces that she was born at. So she was quite old before she fit into these nappies. So, but that was fine because also, like I'd said before, she was using pre-folds and diaper covers for a very long time. Back to this nappy. This nappy I only just pulled out recently because I'd kind of forgotten I'd had it. It was like tucked away in a drawer because it didn't fit her. And then every time I did see it, even though it would have fit her, I didn't necessarily need it and it'd be like, that is such a crazy design. And then one day, I think I was upstairs and I just was like, oh, let me try this nappy on her because it's got snaps, and I'm not very keen on the one that I have with snaps anymore. So I tried it on her and oh my god, it fits her amazingly. So it just is so tight around her legs. None of these other nappies that I own are ever actually like really tight around her legs, minus the close pop-in ones. But remember I said the close pop-in one, it doesn't have a very high rise in the back and the front. So I have to be really careful about making sure it covers her plumber's crack. This one is tight around the legs and it has a nice high rise in the back and in the front. So like I don't have to worry about her butt sticking out. Which means like when she poops and stuff, it's definitely going to be contained. That being said, her poop has always been contained in these nappies because I always make sure that it covers her crack. And once it's in place, it doesn't budge. Like, I've never had it slide out of place. But this just seemed so much easier to put on and it just fits her so well. And the thing is this is the kicker. This is the cheapest of all of the nappies. The price is different depending on which insert. This is a pocket nappy, sorry I didn't say that. It depends on which insert you buy to go with it. So I think like if you wanted to get it with like a bamboo charcoal insert, I think it's somewhere around the 5-pound mark, like maybe like 4 pounds and change or something. Or you could even get it for just like about 3 pounds if you get them without the inserts. And I think they even sell them like in multi-packs where they work out even cheaper. So if I could go back in time, I'd already said if I could go back in time, I would have just replaced all of these, the close pop-ins with the Dream Dry range. So that being said, if I could go back in time, I would replace these Canny Mum nappies. As much as I love them, I would replace them with these, the Little Blooms, and then I would get the Little Blooms with the charcoal inserts. but you can't go back in time. You just make do with what you have. So I only have one of these, but yeah, if you're looking into cloth nappies, like definitely don't discredit the cheap nappies. They could be great, so definitely give them a try. So that is, I'm up to 18 nappies. And then this is the nappy that I use for nighttime. I did a whole video talking about it. This is the Bambino Mio, and this is what they call their Mio Solo nappy. I've already got this one stuffed, so it's got extra pieces in it because I use it for nighttime. But it has, basically it's like a pocket nappy, except the insert is actually attached in one piece. But you can watch my other video talking about how I use it as a nighttime nappy. And I absolutely love it as a nighttime nappy. I own 3 of these. So that is 21 nappies total. That is my entire cloth nappy collection. And it works really great. I don't have any issues with it, with the exception of this nighttime nappy. I would buy 3 more of these. Well, I said I would buy. I will buy 3 more, as I'm going to buy 3 more of these because I have had an issue with it not being enough. So having 18 nappies total otherwise has been great. I do nappy laundry. Right now I do it every 2 days, and that is enough that while the 2 days worth is drying, I have enough clean ones to be able to use for that 3rd day. And it just obviously it rotates as a cycle because she uses about 6 nappies a day right now, not including her nighttime nappy. The reason why 3 nappies is not enough for nighttime nappies, because I didn't really think about it when I bought it, is that sometimes when I get her ready for bed at night, you know, I'll put her in her nighttime nappy expecting her to go to sleep soon, and she doesn't fall asleep for another hour or 2. At that point, she's already like weed in the nappy. And I'm really like, I could probably just put her to sleep in it anyway, but I get really paranoid about things like that. I don't want her to be in the nappy too long. She already sleeps really long as it is. So I like to change it and put her in a new clean one. So I don't always have a clean one of these on hand. So when I don't have a clean one of these on hand, I put her in a disposable, which I've kind of just become reliant on, especially in the summer months. I didn't mind it so much because I just always felt like this was a whole lot of nappy to have on if it got really hot. Does she actually complain? No, but in my mind, I wouldn't want to have this much on if it was really hot out, so I would just put her in a disposable on those nights. But now that it's getting colder, like that doesn't happen, and it's just like there's more and more occasions where I wish I could put her in one of these, but I don't have one clean. So I'm gonna get 3 more, and then that will definitely work with my every other day diaper laundry routine. So 21 diapers total, 3 of them being my nighttime diapers, and it works great. I highly recommend you watch my nighttime solution for diapers. That's it. I hope you guys enjoyed and hope this is helpful. I'm sorry it's still really long. I don't know how to not talk. Sorry guys, but I hope you guys liked it anyway. Thanks for watching. Bye.